大家好 Welcome back to Edupedia World Videos. We are now at lesson 27.1, which will continue the dialogue we have left off during the last lesson. So in the last lessons, you have learned quite a bit about procedures before going to the plane, like the security checks and passing the custom, and now we're gonna continue more on that when it comes to departure lounge, and then we're gonna talk about the different classes in an airplane. Let's get started. So we still have Jacob and Xiaofang at the airport talking about where the departure lounge is. Remember in the last lesson, Jacob just asked about the duty-free shops, and now he asked where the departure lounge is. So Xiaofang is gonna answer that. So she says, passengers of first and business class may head to the departure lounge at the concourse after the security check. Passengers of economy class stay at the boarding gate. 小芳说，头等舱和商务舱的乘客在安检之后可前往大厅的候机室，经济舱的乘客则在登机口等候。And Jacob still has further question. He asks, could you please tell me for the flight to London, where is the boarding gate? 雅各问，请问前往伦敦的航班登机口在哪？小芳 says, let me check your boarding pass. 小芳说，让我查看您的登机牌。Okay, so that's the end of the lesson. I know it's quite long sentence for you to digest, but we'll do it slowly. The first sentence that Xiaofang answered Jacob's question of where the departure lounge is, she says, passengers of first and business class may head to the departure lounge at the concourse after the security check. In Mandarin, she said, 头等舱和商务舱的乘客在安检之后可前往大厅的候机室。So let's look at the new words one by one now. The first one is 头. 头 actually means head. I'll explain to you in a bit why we're using this in this sentence. This is the pinyin 头, and the radical is this one. The arrangement is simple. Let's look at how to write 头. 一、二、三、四、五. Okay, 5 strokes for this word, 头. The next one is 舱. 舱 means cabin. This is the pinyin 舱, and the radical is this one, the one that usually used for ships. It's on the left here. The arrangement is horizontal because you have left and right components. Let's look at how to write 舱. 一、二、三、四、五、六、七、八、九、十. Okay, 10 strokes for this word, 舱. Let's look at the next set. We have this word here, 务. 务 means matters. Okay, so I'll explain to you why we are using this word here. This is the pinyin 务. The radical is this one, what's at the bottom there. The arrangement is vertical because you have top and bottom components. Let's look at how to write 务. 一、二、三、四、五. Okay, 5 strokes for this word, 务. The next word is 乘. 乘 is to ride, and in this context, it is used as passengers. Okay, this is the pinyin 乘, and the radical is this one. The arrangement is simple. Let's look at how to write 乘. 一、二、三、四、五、六、七、八、 9 10. Okay, 10 strokes for this word, 成. Let's look at the next set. What we have here is 知. 知 can be used to replace the, but it is a rather uncommon way of doing that. It is quite commonly used in ancient texts, but in some contexts we'll use it as well. So for example, in this context, it's a rather formal one. It has other meanings, so I'm not going to go through it now, but for this one, I just want you to have a taste of what this word is. This is the pinyin, 知, and the radical is this one. The arrangement is simple. Let's look at how to write 知. 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 3 strokes for this word, 知. The next one is 听. 听 means hall. This is the pinyin 听, and the radical is this one. What's on the top and left side here? The arrangement is enclosure because the radical is wrapping what's inside this one here on the bottom right corner. Let's look at how to write 听. 1 2 3 4 4 strokes for this word, 听. Alright, so it's time to decipher the whole sentence. 头等舱和商务舱的乘客在安检之后可前往大厅的候机室. So 头等舱 actually means first class. So I know 头 means head, and then 等 is like wait, but in this context it is to say level. Okay, it has the meaning of level. So like level 1 or level 2. So 头, as you can imagine, it means like the head of things. So in a plane that you can imagine it's at the front. So that's how we can refer to things. So 头等 means like the head level, like the front level or the front standard of the aircraft. Okay, 舱 it means cabin. Okay, it means so 头等舱 means the first class in the cabin. Okay, that's how we say first class. And then 商务舱 it means business class. 商, as you have learned in the last lesson, it means commercial or business related. So 商务 is to say business matters. So in another words, it just means 商务舱. It just means business, as in business class. Okay, the section of the cabin where it's for business class. So business class is referred to 商务舱. 乘客 means passengers. So 乘 is to ride, and then 客 is guest. So the guests who are just riding something like taking the transportation, it is 乘客. It is the passengers. And then 安检 is security check. Remember in the last lesson we say security checks as 安全检查. But to shorten it, we can say 安检. It is understood that you are talking about security checks. 之后 is after. This is a rather formal way of saying after. Okay, of course you can say 在安检后. Sometimes we do add 之 in between to say 之后, to say it in a more formal way. And of course, not only 之后, we can also say 之前, okay, which means before. 可 is to mean can, and in this context it means may. Okay, it is a short form of 可以. If we are using one word only, it is a rather formal way of saying can. 前往 means heading or going to somewhere. So 前 is front, but as you can imagine, when you are walking, that you are facing the front, right? 往 is to head somewhere. For example, in the previous lesson you have learned 往 is to send a letter to somewhere. 寄往国内 okay? 寄往上海 it is to send to Shanghai. So 前往 is just to mean head. 大厅 is concourse. Okay, 大 is big and then 厅 is hall. So a big hall is just to mean concourse. Okay, a very big and wide and quite an open space. Alright, although it can be indoor. 候机室, as I said, it is the departure lounge. So breaking down the sentence into parts. So 头等舱和商务舱的乘客 it is just to mean first and business classes passengers, but in English we say passengers of first and business class. 在安检之后 means after the security check. It is a description, so it is placed in front of the main verb there, which is 可前往 and then the object 大厅的候机室。大厅的候机室 it is just to say the concourse's departure lounge. And of course, in proper English, you would say the departure lounge at the concourse. So the whole sentence, though it is long, but if you break it down, it is not as hard. It is just to arrange some things around. And once you get how it works, it should be easy for you. The whole sentence is just to say the first and business class passengers, after the security checks, may head to the concourse's departure lounge. And of course, in proper English, you would say passengers of first and business class may head to the departure lounge at the concourse after the security check. And see what she has to continue next. And she has to talk about the passengers of economy class. So she says, passengers of economy class stay at the boarding gate. In Mandarin, it is 经济舱的乘客则在登机口等候. Okay, it may sound rude to say like who can go to departure lounge and who should stay at the boarding gate, but this is just for learning purpose. Okay, I just want you to learn how to say first, business, and economy class. Let's look at the new words here. So the first one is 寄. 寄 means help, okay? I'll explain in a second why we are using this one. This is the pinyin 寄, and the radical is this one. What's on the left there? The arrangement is horizontal because you have left and right components. Let's look at how to write 寄. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, 9 strokes for this word, 寄. The next word is 则. 则 means while. It has a different usage of the while that we have learned previously. I'll explain to you in a minute. This is the pinyin 则, and the radical is this one. What's on the right there? The arrangement is horizontal. Because again, you have left and right components here. Let's look at how to write 则. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, 6 strokes for this word, 则. So 经济 means economy. It is used as in many contexts, like if you want to say the economy is bad, you can say 经济不好. Even when you want to say the subject economy, it is also using this phrase 经济. So 经济舱 is to say the section of the cabin that belongs to economy class. So 经济舱 is just to mean economy class. 经济舱的乘客 should be really straightforward. It's just to say economy classes passengers. Then 则 is to mean while. Okay, but this one is used for nouns only. Okay, previously you have learned 边 as in while. Do something while the other thing. For this one, 则 it is used for nouns only. For this one, we are saying passengers of first class go to somewhere, while the economy class passengers go to somewhere else. Okay, so it is to refer to different things and different objects that's assigned to each one of the objects, each of the nouns. And then 登机口 is boarding gate. You have learned this in the last lesson series. And then 等候 means wait. Okay, so the whole sentence is just to say the economy class passengers will, while at the boarding gate, wait. In proper English, it is to say while passengers of economy class stay or wait at the boarding gate. 则 it is closely following the objects, and which is the noun, the subject. So after saying 经济舱的乘客 after saying 经济舱 after saying 经济舱的乘客 you would place 则 right away. And then 在登机口 is a description at where that you are talking about to wait. So it is placed in front 等候 which is the main verb there. So that's how the grammar structure works. So let's see what Jacob has to ask next. So Jacob asks, could you please tell me, for the flight to London, where is the boarding gate? In Mandarin, he asks, 请问前往伦敦的航班登机口在哪? So the first word is 伦, the new word here. It means relationship or logic. This is the pinyin 伦, and the radical is this one, what's on the left there. So the arrangement is horizontal because you have left and right components. Let's look at how to write 伦. 1 2 3 4 5 6. Okay, 6 strokes for this word, 伦. The next word is 敦. 敦 means sincere or honest. So it is quite a nice word to use as for names. This is the pinyin 敦, and the radical is this one, what's on the right there. The arrangement is horizontal. Let's look at how to write 敦. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12. 12 strokes for this word, 敦. Let's look at the next new word. It is 班. 班 means class or schedule. Okay, but in this case it means schedule. Okay, this is the pinyin 班, and the radical is this one, what's on the left and right here. The arrangement is horizontal with your left, middle, and right components. Let's look at how to write 班. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. 10 strokes for this word, 班. So 请问, again, it is the polite way of starting a question. Okay, and then 前往, as I said, is like to head to somewhere. 伦敦 is London. Okay, we're just taking the sound of 轮 and 敦 to make up London. 航班 is the scheduled flight. Okay, 航, it has the meaning of the sailing. Of course, in this case, it's not the ship that's sailing, but it's the airplane that's sailing. It has the meaning there. And then 班 is to mean the scheduled flight. Okay, so 航班 is just to mean the scheduled flight. So to say 伦敦的航班 is to say London's scheduled flight. So in another words, it is just to mean flight because all flights are scheduled, right? So 前往伦敦的航班 is just to say heading London's flight. In proper English, it is to say the flight to London. Okay? 登机口, again, it's boarding gate. Okay? 口, it has the meaning of entrance, as I told you. Okay? The whole sentence there, 登机口在哪? It is just to ask, where is the boarding gate? Or in direct translation, it is boarding gate at where? So the whole sentence is just to say, could you please tell me, as in 请问前往伦敦的航班 the flight to London, boarding gate at where? 登机口在哪? Proper English, where is the boarding gate? Okay, there shouldn't be a lot of problem. So for Xiaofang to know where the boarding gate is, it can be found on the boarding pass. So that's why she has to say, let me check your boarding pass. So she can help him to understand where the boarding gate is. Okay, it's always written on the boarding pass. So in Mandarin, it is 让我查看您的登机牌. Okay, so there's only one new word here. So the word is 让. 让 is to let. Okay, this is the pinyin 让. And then this is the radical, what's on the left there. The arrangement is horizontal because you have left and right components here. Let's look at how to write 让. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 strokes for this word, 让. So 让我查看 is just to say let me check. It is as straightforward as that. And then 您的登机牌, as you have learned, it means your boarding pass. So the whole sentence should be pretty easy to you. 让我查看您的登机牌 is just as the same as the English translation. Let me check your boarding pass. Okay? For the new word here, 让, it also has the meaning of asking someone to make space for you. So sometimes you hear people saying 让一让. It's just asking you to make space for them. Okay? So this is one of the usage of 让. Okay? So you have learned quite a bit of new words here. So for airport related, you have learned first business economy class, and also how to say yourself as in passengers, the concourse, what's in the airport there, and also flight, the scheduled flight. Okay? Other than that, you have learned other words such as London, hall, as one part of the word of concourse, while, okay, this is used more to the nouns rather than for the verbs. And then head and to let. Okay, so by now you are pretty proficient at talking about Chinese talking about the things in airport in Chinese. Okay? I hope you find it useful as you are traveling in China or elsewhere that you can practice your Chinese in. Especially, there are quite a lot of airports which have the Chinese translation, so you can check out if these words actually appearing at the signage. Okay? Hope you find it interesting. So thank you for watching, and then in the next lesson we're gonna talk about visiting a friend in a hospital. I hope you don't have the need to use this dialogue, but in case you do, it is a good way of asking how a person is like, and it's a good thing to talk more about comforting a person, especially he's suffering from a sickness. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next video where we'll talk about a dialogue as you are visiting a friend in the hospital. Okay, 谢谢，再见。